So it all began with this very grueling posture, these inverted triangles that meet at the center of gravity, as if to say it's very natural to have a dip in the body like this. And come hail or thunder, this posture must be maintained. That day, under a big beautiful tree in an open maidan, I looked upon the faces of young girls who come from a background very different from mine. Their fathers are wage laborers, contract laborers, drivers, sweepers, painters. Their mothers are maids, housewives, ayahs. Of course, they come from a world which is not as privileged. But that day, I didn't see sadness on their faces. I saw sheer horror at the posture and those steps that followed. It actually all began when I asked them, what is a dance that you know? And in unison, they did some steps of Munni Badnaam Hui, Darling Tere Liye. And that time was my time to look at them in sheer horror. Because unfortunately, what we have access to on the radio and the cable channels is only questionable Bollywood lyrics these days. Anyways, as a society, we have robbed the underprivileged girl child of her right to good education, getting her married off early, enabling her to stay at home to take care of younger siblings, robbing her of every dream and career aspiration to move up in life, a burden on their families. Through classical dance and music, I thought I would make that bridge to break the compartments and boundaries that we all build as a society around us. So here the word she stands for all the girls who have trained through my foundation SARVAM and who will train. She marveled at how this hand gesture mushti could at the same time signify the pulling of hair, pride, a pole, handing out of things. She liked to show off the Sanskrit words for fish, matsya, a bed, katua, birds, bherunda. She was amazed how her body could show the entire Mahabharata, the game of dice, Yudhishthira losing everything, including his beautiful wife. She was surprised how such a simple step like takkita could lead to so many varied movements and rhythms. She knew that she was learning something others in her community did not have access to. And so the confidence in her walk was hard to miss. The sparkle in her eyes was hard to miss. Maybe finally she had found an identity of her own. She would have access to all of these things and more. There was good nutrition. There was yoga asanas. There was access to stories of our mythology that have been in circulation for thousands of years, but completely shut and closed to people from her background. She had access to a world that was probably more elevated than what she had seen before. She still lived in poverty, but there was a hope for a brighter tomorrow. Sometimes that's all we need. What was amazing was to see how the community around her, her own family, changed. She finally had a voice of her own, and they let her have it. Because she was doing something different. The time came to apply for a passport. She was going to Europe. Yes, that's true. She was going without much access to paperwork earlier because she was a non-entity in our scheme of things. But she finally had a passport that gave her that identity. She was going to go every year since the past few years to Europe for 3 weeks to learn arts from kids from other countries, 19 other countries, and to learn their art forms and to give them hers. Her art was being feted and recognized by the world. She went into different worlds that her generations of families had not seen. She tasted new food, learned new languages, met new people. When she came back, she knew the difference between a mall and a cineplex, between mushroom spread and sesame spread, between how a Ugandan looked and how an Iranian behaved, danced, sang, how a Moroccan wore his clothes, and how a Swedish person enjoyed their dairy. I mean, it was just amazing what she had access to and what she knew. She went on national television to speak about this. She had such a strong training in physical fitness, in mental fitness. It improved her academics. It obviously improved her personality as a team player, as a role model, as someone who's responsible, is juggling between literally making rotis daily at home to doing her daily Surya Namaskar. She started keeping a calendar of performances. So from performing at an international primetime education award to interview with an international TV network to an RWA's performance celebration to a malls festival to a magazine launch, she was all over spreading her art and her fragrance. You couldn't miss on the contagious, infectious enthusiasm she exuberated, which really changed the lot of the community around her. Everyone started getting influenced into seeing maybe there is some reason in this. Maybe this too is a skill. Something which is quite neglected, unfortunately, in the larger commercial scheme of things in this country. For what dance and music gives is not only a skill, not only fitness, not only all of the other things other skills give, from employment to a means to an end, but food for the soul, something very lacking in today's times. In this constant rush of technology, we've forgotten to feed our souls, to make better human beings. And so this is a priceless skill that she was learning. What is so exciting to see is them coming back from school and quickly changing out of their school clothes and donning their dance gear, helping each other get ready for a performance. A small but sure bridge that she has built to her future, and I'm pretty sure she will be dancing her way across it and taking the community and the family along step by dancing step. She has a name, she has an identity. And today I'd like to invite 8 she's who are here with us. There is Ravina, Monica, Neha, Akansha, Nargis, Shalu, and Priyanka. Can we have them on stage, please?
इश्क दवा है हर एक दर्द की, जंजीर इश्क है हर एक रिश्ते की, इश्क सारी हदों को तोड़ डाले, इश्क तो दुनिया को पल में मिटा भी दे, इश्क है जो सारे जहां को अमन भी दे, रौनक इश्क से है सारी